Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at the Waterhole. My name is Amy, and I will be with you for the show today. And what a beautiful way we are starting off today's Waterhole show. Oh my goodness. This is just the most beautiful scene here at Mantis Founders Lodge in the Eastern Cape, thanks to Africam. And we've got one, two, three, at least five rhinos that I can see at the moment that are enjoying some rest time here in the sunshine. Remember, everybody, that I would love to hear from you. So please do send through your comments and questions to me. It is a live and active show, and you can do so on the Wild Earth app or the website. You can also chat to me in the chat stream. Just remember to use @FC if you'd like those comments and questions to come directly to me, or you can join the conversation on X using the hashtag Wild Earth. And of course, I always love to know who you are, where you're watching from, whether it's morning or afternoon, maybe late at night, that you're enjoying the show, maybe what snacks you have with you for today. I'm always impressed with all of you and what you have to eat. I have what we refer to as an archie in South Africa, most closely related to a mandarin, for those of you who would be more familiar with that. Looks like these rhinos had a little bit of a dig in the mud. The smaller one's horns a little bit darker in color. You can see the side of that one's belly as well. So I think they got a little bit down into the mud wallow earlier and are now just having a rest in the shade. I think we're just panning to the other two on the other side that are actually in the shade there. Penelope, hello to you as well. Thanks for hopping on board with us. It is going to be another wonderful day ahead. I mean, these rhinos are just loving life at the moment. It's wonderful to see them enjoying. Apparently, it's a little bit of a cooler day in the Eastern Cape where these rhinos are, only a high of 20 degrees Celsius, but it's sunny, and I think that's what they are enjoying. That's also probably why we haven't seen them really getting into the water to cool off, as they actually are quite cool already. Joanne Mello, good Friday, Wild Earth, and Amy. Yes, thank you, Joanne. Darcy Miller, always good to hear from you. And you say good afternoon to me and Nadine. Yes, Nadine's in the director's chair today for the show. So she is also very much part of our chats and helps a lot with sending through all your questions to me. Kim Faustino, you saying good evening. Okay, so you are a little bit towards the western part of the world, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere that side, if you're already heading into the evening, a little bit ahead in your day relative to South Africa, of course. Raven, you say you enjoy these live streams so much. Beautiful and educational. Thank you, Wild Earth and team. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you, Raven. Thank you for your kind words. We love what we do, and we do it so knowing that there's so many of you that appreciate it. But every now and again, it's always good to hear from you at home that you do love what we do and appreciate it. So thank you for those words. Old Punkster, you say good morning, Amy. Happy Friday. Everyone's very happy that it's Friday. I think me too. I mean, it's the start of the weekend. Some of you have already hopped on into the weekend, depending where you are in the world. And the rest of us are just waiting for work to end today before we enjoy the weekend off. Oxpecker, that's a great name. You say that it's afternoon where you are. Um, okay, so that's cool to know as well. And Raven, you are watching from northeastern New York in the United States. Thank you for telling me. It's wonderful. We've got so many um, people letting me know where you all are. I mean, how incredible is that that we've got all of you from all over the world and connecting you with nature and also to each other. This amazing community of Wild Earth members and viewers that love and enjoy the show so much. Oh, Julie, you are sorted. You say you're watching from Norfolk in the UK and it's still in the morning. You have a widescreen computer and you can watch one side of the screen while you work on the other. I mean, that is just ideal to have a double screen where you can work as well as keep watching the show and have half an ear listening to myself or even on the live drives. Green Acres, these are all white rhinos. Thanks for asking. Yeah, so with these rhinos here, they are all white, and there's a few things that tell us that. First of all, I think what is most obvious that we can see here at the moment is their very pointy ears. So you can see they sort of come up to an apex there, forming almost like a little pinched point, whereas a black rhino has very much more rounded ears in shape. The other thing that would become obvious if we saw, if we can see a little bit more of this rhino lying here now, but they are also known as wide lipped rhinoceros. And that is because they are grazers. So they have a rectangular jaw shape or a square lipped as well as another name. So they've got that square front to the face. Whereas if you look at a black rhino, that entire jaw is tipped. Oh, there's a giraffe. Hello. um, is pointed because they browse. So just like a giraffe or even a kudu that browse, they have a pointed mouth as well. Well, it looks like these rhinos will be here for a little while. So I think why don't we leave them resting? I'm sure we might come back just now, but apparently there are some elephants that have arrived with a little baby at Safari Hook. Oh, there's the little one in between. Some springbuck as well that you can see there that we're moving on the left. Quite a contrast in colors from where we just were. It's lovely to just watch them moving. Quite a large elephant cow there in the center. Actually, a few big elephant cows part of this group. I wonder if that one that's standing the tallest is not the matriarch. But it's amazing. You think that these females are big, and then you see a bull arrive, and you're like, ah, they are humongous. Julie, you'd like to know if elderly or injured elephants get stuck in the mud, and do the others try to help them out? Julie, I've never seen an elephant get stuck in the mud before. However, I'm sure there have been cases of that happening. And I would think it's more likely actually that a little baby or elephant would get stuck more than a older or injured elephant that may happen to. But yes, I definitely think that because of the social structure of elephants and how connected they are, I think that there would definitely be, if they are part of the herd and the herd is nearby and they can hear if it's distressed, I'm sure it will start trumpeting or calling or making some sort of a communicative sound, that the herd would come and try and assist them. um, it's actually interesting. I must check if there's a case or maybe even footage of something like that occurring out in the wild. It would be fascinating to see. It looks like they finished their drink. They did a little bit of dust bathing now, and they are moving off slowly. Well, while these Ellies are moving off, I think let's head back over to the rhinos at Mantis Founders. Oh, wow. Time for a rub. Spas, yes, it is wonderful to see the giraffe and rhino in the same sighting that we had here earlier. And yes, you can definitely tell the different rhino species apart by the shape of the mouth. So the white rhino that we're looking at here having a square lip, and the black rhino have a much more pointed lip. Hopefully one day we could show a black rhino. I know they have been seen at Okukuyo. All right, this is very cool, but we have a curry bastard that's arrived back at Safari Hook, so I think let's head back over there. Oh, this is very cool. So it's definitely large bastards. I'm just gonna check because it's got this slightly spotty flanks there on the top of the wing, but it is a beautiful bird. So this is definitely a Cory bustard. I actually haven't seen those black spots. Like I haven't noticed them before checking. The only other species in this Etosha area would be Ludwig's, which looks completely different and has almost a completely black face with black on the front side of the neck. And this is the heaviest flying bird that we get in southern Africa, which is amazing to see. And I'm hoping one day, I haven't quite seen them do their display yet where they puff out their feathers, but apparently it is magnificent. I've seen one dust bathing before in the Kalahari. So Nadine's just told me that apparently they were sighting on one of the live safaris that we do with Steve in Madikwe when we were still going live there with the a Cory bustard doing it. Sort of made its neck feathers big, and it's an incredible thing to look up these bigger busted birds. So whether it's the Cory or the Ludwigs, even Denhams, doing their full display. I mean, it is magnificent. If anyone's interested, please do look that up because it is unbelievable. There were also some Gemsbok around that were having a drink now that Cory Boston had moved off. But it's incredible in the Kruger, we see them definitely not all the time, but there's certain areas where there tends to be more of them. And I remember going in the Palaboa area and heading up towards Shingwetsi, and I think we saw 11 Cory bustards in that one drive. So sometimes there just tends to be more in some areas than others. This is such a beautiful scene with the springback coming to a drink here, and it's such a beautiful place because of its difference in landscape and appearance. And I cannot wait for the months to come into the summertime where we do get the odd shower of rain coming through here. And every now and again, every few years, there's actually quite a heavy amount of rain that falls. And you never know if this is going to be the year or not. And I believe these places just transform with the water that falls. So that would be amazing to see. And we've got front row seats here at the Waterhole show to see those changes over time. So, Spas, you're asking about the differences between Ludwig's and Cory. So, Ludwig's is definitely smaller, Cory being the biggest bustard species that we get in the area. So, Ludwig's and Denhams are both smaller. Ludwig's has the black, so that is very different from the other two species and very distinguishing of it. So, you will know when you see that species. In terms of around the whole front of the face is black feathers, and then down the front half of the neck is black as well. So that's something that stands out quite a lot with that. And yeah, they are found in specific areas. Generally, we find them in the more arid parts of South Africa. I've seen them in Mountain Zebra National Park, and towards more the western side, central western side of South Africa. But yes, and then denims as well, also smaller, the Kori being the largest. All right. Well, I think let's head over to the rhinos. Well, this is quite the show, mister. Well, we are getting a front row seat to the rhino show here, everybody. I do have a feeling this rock. Okay, it's moving. I was worried that that rock was going to tumble down the hill. But what a beautiful sighting of this boy. Goodness me, that was incredibly special. Okay, the others are staying here, which is great news for us. The other way to tell the sort of the last part of being difference between a black and white rhino. Well, actually, there's two other differences. The other sort of main one is that black rhino are generally smaller than white rhino. They only they get up to a lesser weight than white rhinos, reaching some of the males can reach 2,000 kilograms, 2 tons, whereas black rhino at a lot less than that, maybe 1.4 tons or so, possibly even lower depending on their size. But for male white rhinos, possibly even exceeding the 2 ton mark. So that also translates into tracks. And so the black rhino tracks being smaller than the white rhino, and also just the placement of the toes on a black rhino track having a greater space between the front main toe and the two side toes in comparison to the white rhino, which are a lot more closely um, set together. And then the last difference is if we have a look at the outline of the back. If we thought of a silhouette of a white rhino, there's three major bumps on its back. So if we have a look, you can look at either the front one or the back one, but around the neck, there's obviously quite a bump that then dips into the saddle of the back. Then there's a little baby bump just sort of around the back of the rib cage, and then there's the last bump just above the tail. So with a black rhino, you don't get that middle bump at the end of the rib cage or the top of the spine, which is sort of located at the back of the rib cage. You've just got a smooth back from the back of the head all the way to the tailbone. So you've got that sort of smooth saddle without that little bump, if that helps anyone in future to be able to identify black rhino or white rhino, actually. Mario, it is fascinating to think, why they're lying here if it's not such a boiling hot day. Um, there's a few different reasons. Oh, hello. Possibly because it's a nice sunny patch and they came all the way for water. They just want to rest right here near the water. Just because it's not hot doesn't mean that it's not a nice, comfy spot for them to sit. And maybe they're tired from walking all the way here and it's just a convenient place to have a rest, warm up a little bit. Oh, just a repositioning there now. And perhaps, Mario, it's the perfect balance. So their undercarriage can stay cool with the damp soil, but the tops of their bodies are getting nice and warm in the sun. So they can maintain that perfect balance. Pair of Egyptian geese floating by. Maybe we'll see some goslings here as well this year. Oh, that looks like two Cape crows that are perched there in the tree. Or is it pied? No, it looks like it could be pied with white there that I'm seeing now. Or it could be white-necked raven. Yeah, exactly. So it does have a white tip on the beak, and now that is actually confirming for me. These are white-necked ravens, everyone. So not crows, which is very cool to see. And you'll see that it's got that white behind the head, but it doesn't have white around the neck. It's completely black, and that's the difference. Other than the white tip on the beak, of course, and a little bit of a heavier set top. Mandible. So that is a white-necked, a pair of white-necked ravens. What an awesome sighting to be able to show you this bird, something different. And the next time that you see what looks to be a crow, just always check if it's not a white-necked raven. Darcy Miller, you say this is the first time you've seen this bird. Well, yeah, I mean, it is something that we don't see all the time. And when I'm out at different reserves and things like that, I always just check if the crow is not a raven, because they're not quite as commonly seen as crows, and it's nice to always just take note of that differentiation. So, Dean, you'd like to know the difference between a crow and a raven. So, there's some slight differences. One of the things that ravens do that crows don't really do is soar. So they'll stay in the air for quite a long time. They've also got a much pointier wing in terms of its shape, which helps it to be able to soar. Whereas crows have much more blunt wings, which is perfect for what they do, which is a lot more time on the ground and just a sort of short burst of flight here or there. They have similar diets in terms of scavengers, sort of eating whatever they can get. But that main difference being also the bill shape itself. Crows a lot more pointy, not as heavily set. Ravens a little bit thicker, and then of course that white tip to the bill as well. These rhinos are looking very comfortable here. Well, everyone, it's been wonderful to spend some with these rhinos. If they don't go anywhere, I'm sure we might be back. But let's head over to King's Camp. Well, how beautiful is this? I love this camera. I love how these elephants walk right into this water hole. The sounds when they're so close by. There's always something special about spending time with elephants. Oh, wow. Hello there. Yeah, Darcy, I completely agree with you. How incredible to see those details. Ooh, that one didn't want that. Yeah, old punkster. Hello, Ellies. They are ready for their close up. This is just incredible, everyone. I'm taking in the enjoying the scene with the background. It is beautiful. Oh, wow, there's a beautiful kudu drinking as well. How lucky are we? This is amazing. Mark, I don't think they know it's a camera as such in terms of they on camera or that it is what we refer to as a camera. I think they are aware something may be there just because it does tend to move a little bit and rotate, but those sort of small movements are not major to them. So they're probably aware of its presence. They've heard it maybe make one or two sounds. Don't think that they differently because they know it's there. This is a magnificent kudu bull. Mrs. Jason, thank you for that information. That's so fascinating, and I can believe it. You say that each strand is approximately 3 millimeters in diameter. I mean, they're thick, they're almost like wire. If you ever manage to get close enough to one, or even I've found a piece on a bushwalk before, and they're incredibly, incredibly thick. It is amazing to see so close up to their trunks, the details of it, the way those muscles work, expanding and contracting, its chin dripping after drinking. This thing looks like they've got holes in the pipes here. Someone's going to have a job to do to fix them. think let's head over to Onguma and see what's happening over there. Apologies for the black flash, everyone, but here we are at this beautiful location. What a lovely scene it is. There's a herd of wildebeest, some warthogs running. Pat, it is indeed Amy. Thank you for saying hello. It's wonderful to have you with us this afternoon. Beautiful scene here, something so different. Not too far from Okukuyo and Safari Hook in the same region of Namibia. And it's wonderful to see this herd of wildebeest hanging around. These would be blue vest. We also see some lovely elephants here from time to time. I remember there was a big bull that drank, and I thought he was going to push over that tree, the one and only one around the waterhole. Well, it's always relaxing and peaceful to see these animals doing their thing out here. Well, we are here around and enjoying these rhinos as well as some warthogs that have come for a mud wallow and a drink. Doesn't that just look like a wonderful to be on a Friday? How amazing is this camera as well? So you get a nice close up there. Penelope, you say that the warthogs are your favorite uglies. I think they're very, very cute little animals, are supposedly part of the ugly five. Oh, there's a birdie. Oh, there are Cape wagtails that are often around this waterhole. And such a productive spot from the show. We've seen so much. Oh, there's a rhino up. And it's time for a mud wallow. It's also still there in the background, actually. Oh, you can just imagine how good that must feel. That rhino is loving life. Yeah, Moonbeam Smith, absolutely. Great camera and great camera work. It's fantastic. The amazing zoom on it, the detail, the colors, and the camera, as well as the Zoomy who is giving us these amazing shots, are This rhino is literally saying, guys, it's Friday afternoon. I don't feel like moving. I found my mud bath and yeah, go ahead without me. I'm not going out tonight. I just am sitting here in my comfy spot. But they are beautiful views, aren't they? I just love that we're looking at this rhino right now. Such a beautiful picture. There's a warthog in the background, the blue sky, the green hills, and the mud. The color of the soil is stunning as well. Oh, there's some blesbok walking in the background there. They are beautiful antelopes. Some lovely white markings on them. Ah, the second rhino is now upstanding as well. Maybe it's going to come join the other, or perhaps try and get the other one to move. Who knows? Yeah, these rhinos have found their happy place today, enjoying themselves here in the sun and at this waterhole. Oh, Spas, you say, what beautiful scenery. And with this rhino here, it has made your day. Thank you, Amy. Well, it's an absolute pleasure. It's been wonderful to share it with you, Spas, and everyone at home that's enjoying this scene. It's just so beautiful. I feel like this rhino could be a meme. It could literally be how everyone feels or wants to relax at a moment in time. Like living my rhino life, best rhino life. I know Nadine agrees with me today. She's directing the show. We both can relate to this rhino. Oh, this one's having a rub on the tree. Well, it was. I'd love to be able to get up closer to that tree and actually feel the texture, see how smooth it is from how many animals use it. There we go. There we go. Find that spot. Ah, this one is up and on the move. Talon, you say that you're happy to see that there's no fighting over sunbeds. No, everyone has a spot and is very happy. I'd be interested to see if this rhino now comes to where the other rhino was, because it is a great spot for lying in the mud, but it does, oh, it looks like it is actually going to follow where the other one went to. This one has particularly fluffy ears on top of its ears. You don't always notice that with rhinos. Well, that was so, so wonderful. The others are still lying here, very much relaxing in the sunshine. We'll see if they do move. But I think for now, let's head back over to our close ups with the elephants at King's Camp. Well, these Ellies are coming right up to us. How cool is this? We're even getting splashed on. I hope everyone has their umbrellas ready. Yeah, Jive Bunny, without a doubt, it's fantastic. I mean, these views are so special. Even sometimes being able to look right up into their mouths. I mean, you can just see the pink there of this little one. Chat Bunny, you could say you're so close you can see their tonsils. This is just incredibly special. Oh my goodness. So they are enjoying playing with this pipe. I'm not sure if it's a water pipe, everybody. I would assume so, maybe, or maybe there was an underground cable running here. It does look like there are wires coming out at the other end, but whatever it is, it's not on. We're very grateful for that. There's no electricity passing through it. And elephants and most animals actually are very curious, and they know that they can't eat it. I think they would have figured that out. But they do often, in the search for water, sometimes cause some damage. But they just being elephants, the creatures that they are, they might bite it, they might wear down some of the plastic, but they'll soon realize that it's not for them to eat. Looks like these elephants are that little ones now having some fun with the tree there. I can hear what seems to be a starling calling in the background. Now it's turn to investigate this pipe. Yeah, Dean, absolutely. Especially this little one. They playing with it. They curious. They biting it. I mean, they'll like I said, they realize that that's not something to eat, but it's something to play with, which is actually quite funny to see. Of course, it's not something that should be there, and I'm sure the management team will sort it out as soon as the Ellies move off. It's something that they probably also with rain or just these animals moving through have exposed it slightly, and then the elephant's doing what they do. You can see it even there digging with its foot, twirling it around, have pulled it out more and more, and eventually the whole thing has come loose. I love the little bit of color around this one's eye. It obviously was dusting itself, or its trunk was in the red, sort of very red dirt, and then scratched its eye. And now it's got a little bit of coloration there around its eye. And I think they must have placed where they pump the fresh water into this pan quite close yet to the camera, which is why we get these amazing shots of these animals so close to this spot. Yeah, Chaff Bunny, they are naughty Ellies. You just have to laugh. I think it's one of those crazy times where human and animals meet in some ways. Signs of our civilization meet with their wildness, and you get these sort of comical little moments. And like I say, I'm sure that pipe issue will be seen too. But it is such a beautiful scene here at King's Camp in the Timbavati, which is very close to where I am, and I can already see a difference in the bush. It's slight, but there are new leaves on trees in the lowveld, the marulas, the knobthorns, sausage trees. They're all starting to sprout green leaves, and slowly but surely the sort of monotonous beige is being broken up with more and more signs of green vegetation. Hello there. Are you coming to say hi? All right. Well, as this elephant moves off, let's head over to some others that have a run call. Well, everyone loves a good elephant pool party, and it looks like these have been busy drinking and splashing about. Ah, there's a warthog arriving. The warthogs have been out and about today. Oh, there's a very small elephant there as well. I didn't even see that one. I think it was in Mom's shadow. Well, apparently there's a birdie it found it, so let's go check it out. Otherwise, we'll come back here. So that looks like a wagtail. Yes, the Cape wagtail that hangs around this waterhole. Okay, so apparently a little bit earlier it had some nesting material. So maybe that is what it's doing here. It is coming into that time of the year, summertime. All the little birdies start making nests. They start finding partners and laying eggs, and it's just wonderful. The activity, the birding activity, increases immensely. Oh, there's an oxpecker that landed on that rhino, a little red-billed oxpecker. Oh, where's this rhino going? I think the bird was bothering it a little bit. Oh, there's the wagtail with that bit of nesting material. That's cute. I wonder if its nest is in there somewhere. See, the rhino is moving as well. Yes, so it is known that these Cape wagtails do actually tend to build their nests around water, otherwise near houses. But you can just see that size comparison. What an awesome shot that was. The bird versus the rhino. Oh, this rock is being used again for a good scratch. Jive Bunny, it's such a pleasure. We've had the most wonderful time at the waterhole with you this afternoon, both myself and Nadine. And what a way to end with these rhinos here coming for a little bit of a rub against their favorite rock. And wow, it is incredible to have spent so much time. The rhinos have been here for the entire show. Never had that before in my experience. So it has been so special to see them and so long. Yeah, oh, the smaller ones coming over. Oh, there's the bird. Yeah, so I think they're very well. So the Cape Wagtail nests are built by both the male and the female. I wonder if the other partner is also contributing. It just seems like one is very busy. And we've had so much variety on the show today, starting off with these beautiful rhinos that we've had here at Founders. Some incredible close-ups with the elephants, which is always a treat to see. And then following these wagtails, I definitely think the nest is in here somewhere. Would make sense. In fact, that could be it there. Oh, there we go. Let's see where it puts it. Yeah, the nest is right there, everyone. So right in the center, you can see there's a little bit of a different texture going on. Oh, I wish I could point it with my fingers, but sort of towards the top of the screen, you can see there's a bit of brown there. And that is the nest. That I think there's two different wagtails that are bringing material. They use sort of grassy roots and things like that for the outside, and then line it with softer material in the center. So how cool to keep track of, and maybe we'll see some little chicks in the next few weeks as the eggs are laid and the whole process begins there, which is very, very sweet.